Welcome to All Influencer Wrestling. Your clout chaser, Captain Tyrion Guidal here, as always.
It's scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from New York.
We have a brand new clout chaser, two in fact, joining us tonight. The first up against the fair weather friend, Paris O'Shell, out here to welcome this new entrant into the $1 Shillion division. Paris out here tonight looking to put the newbie in their place. Give them a less than heartfelt welcome. Plenty of additional action later on to come. Our other clout chaser debuting in the underground division. We will be having a underground match later on, a #1 contendership to determine who will challenge Stephen Joyce for the Intercontinental Championship. But first, welcome the first of our two new clout chasers.
And her opponent from Scotland.
Meet Erica. Joining the ranks of the Supernatural in AIW, Erica, a dragon scion. Ericath, the name of the dragon inhabiting one Dr. Jamie Shepherd. We'll see how this draconic lineage works out for her, chasing the clout. Interesting time for a more supernaturally inclined clout chaser to join the roster, given the hunt that Van Hessel has been on. But Van Hessel has his hands full now with a returning Phantom. We'll be seeing those two potentially clashing later on tonight. And it looks like Erica had the opening hand there, but Paris ducked under, and now it is O'Shell disrespectfully stomping in the jaw of Erica. Well, I said Paris said she came out here to put the newbie in their place, and that is exactly what Paris is doing right now. Grappling up. And it is Erica forcing Paris into the corner. Ref there to break things up. And a quick strike by Paris gets things back, and we're grappled up once again. And again, the ref warning at Paris. He's trying to keep things fair, but Paris is taking any opportunity to get those sneaky blows into the big roundhouse by Erica, and Paris is down one, only a 1 count though. She is a fair weather friend, but not a fair weather competitor. And a big strike by Erica. And it hoists Paris out of the ring. And crash down, a big suplex. Down goes Paris. Erica makes her way back into the ring. And those taloned fingers taunting Paris. Sneaking around from behind. and a clubbing blow to the back of the spine, and up, and again down, brutalizing Paris on the outside of the ring. Ref's count out resuming. Erikath rolls Paris back into the ring, following through. And up to the mid rope. And fly, dragon, fly. Missile drop kick. Down goes Paris. Took that straight to the chest. But still only a 1. Quick boot to the spine. And stomping onto the fingers of Paris O'Shell. Wrenched up. And get a quick running strike. And missile dropkick again to the back this time. That overconfidence of Paris at the beginning of the match is really showing now. And boot to the spine though. Quick reversal by Paris. Completely whiffed that kick attempt. And just a blow right to the face. And Erikath is just constantly taunting. Come at me, she is saying. And a big DDT down and horsed back up once again. And over the shoulder. And spinning slam, down goes. That is hooked in deep. 1, 2, but still kicks out only at a 2. A knee strike. Is that going to do it? 1, 2, and knee strike to the side of the head, knocks it, and a welcome to All Influencer Wrestling, Erikath. There we see a major turning point, that aerial offense, the missile drop kick going flying. And Paris just getting absolutely manhandled. Thought this was going to call the end of the match right there, but no, Paris somehow able to dig through. And there we see the knee strike that ended it all, just shoved down for the 3 count. What a fantastic debut for our newest Clout Chaser. Next up, though, 2 Clout Chasers who we are very familiar with, and at this point are very familiar with each other. They've been tearing strips off of each other as of late. Menace and Serenity Spider will be meeting in the ring very shortly. We will be back with that matchup after these short messages.
Luz tried everything to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. Hammers, axes, magic, saws, more magic, fire, even more magic, and magic explosions. Still, the door refused her. Why? After all this time and effort, why wouldn't the damn thing open? Sure, it was an enchanted door that would open the path to a potentially catastrophic amount of magic pouring back into the universe, causing endless natural disasters that would drown or bury most cities from existence. But there was an equally high chance that wouldn't happen, and that the magic had been sealed away by ignorant fools for nothing. She had to believe there was a reason why she could tap into a sliver of the magic locked behind the door. That this was it, her singular life purpose. Open the door. Restore its magic back to everyone like it used to be in the stories, where anyone could use magic, for good or bad. That had to be it, right? That had to be why she was standing here, in the door's pocket dimension, on a small plot of Earth, large enough for only one person to stand in front of it, swearing at this void black door with iridescent veins flowing along its surface like water, living, taunting her to just open it already. So why was it so hard to swing the damn thing wide? Somehow, she had shoved the door apart just a crack ages ago. A thin, wispy line of light seeped out of a seam down the center. Whenever she used teleportation magic, as she had decided to call it since she didn't know the correct term and hadn't seen others use it before, probably because it was dangerous and required sliding through space and time, but who was counting? She tapped into a sliver of warmth and power to travel wherever she wished. She'd managed that slight opening unthinking as a child, then never again. What was she doing wrong now? Worse, what if she wasn't doing anything wrong? What if this door wasn't meant to open for her after all? What else could there be for her but this? After everything, after all that searching, what else could there be?
This has been an extract from The Void Door by V.M. Ayala. To read the full story, please visit beneath-ceaseless-skies.com and search for issue 378. And thank you for watching Masterpiece Theatre.
Welcome back. Fenris already in the ring, and there's Spider from the back and brutalizing. And ref has called the match off, it seems, ejecting Spider. I think Fenris may actually be injured. Retaliation by Serenity Spider. Tying Fenris up. This is a brutal assault by Serenity. Quick counter by Fenris, though. And a stomp to the head. A reminder, this match never actually began. These two are just tearing strips off of each other for the hell of it. And Fenris incensed at being ambushed by Spider this way. The crowd there baying for blood. Show no mercy, they scream. And I don't think Fenris has any intention of doing that. This seems to be an ill-advised ambush by Serenity. It's scheduled match between these two, tried to get the other hand. I think all Serenity has done is anger the Dark Wolf. Planted smack in the middle of the ring. A giant flying elbow. Though sweep the leg, and now Spider back on top. I would be getting security out here to try and break these two apart, but security want no part of it. Union rules, it is technically in the middle of a match. Even though the match never kicked off, they're in the ring. Security want no part of this, and honestly, I do not blame them. I wouldn't want to get in the middle of these two either. And shoulder first right into the ring post. Again, no count out. This is not an official match. These two are just assaulting one another. Knee strike by Serenity. And diving right through the ropes, planting Fenris, taking her out completely on the outside. We did have another match scheduled for after this. We're supposed to be seeing Boudet versus our next debuting Clout Chaser, but out right into the ring steps. I think at this point it is fair to say this match is definitely called off. There is no way either of these two will... And again, into the 3 times into those steps, Fenris. And again... Serenity Spider just found herself stuck in a terrible rendition of Groundhog Day. And with that, Fenris sending a definitive message. Serenity down for the count. We're going to get those two separated, and we will be right back with our other debuting Clout Chaser for the night, Boudet versus To Be Determined. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Captain Tyriant Guidel, most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Limsa and the Clout Missioner of all Influencer Wrestling. As a swashbuckling pirate, I know a thing or two about hats. And sometimes, even I feel the hats I own are just too big. So when I feel the need for minuscule millinery, there's only one place that comes to mind. TinyHatLabs.com. Tiny Hat Labs have always sought to push the boundaries of what's possible in client engagement millinery feedback solutions. Their guiding question remains the same today as it was when they were founded. What if small hat, but tiny? Operating at the nexus of science, engineering, artificial intelligence, art, fashion and design, Tiny Hat Labs seeks to pave the way to a paradigm shift in headpiece technology. While others ask, how much? TinyHatLabs.com asks, how little? I'm Captain Tyriant Guidel, and TinyHatLabs.com is my favourite place for hats on the internet.
Right, we have cleared the ring, we're back, and it's a Boudet. Yes, it is.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, weighing in at 1 pound, Boudet!
Our new Chaser, technically debuting as a part of the Intercontinental and therefore Underground division, but initial showcase match under standard ruling so we can see what they can do. We will be seeing them in the Underground division from here on out, however. Boudet, meanwhile, also out here looking to do better than Paris did earlier and show our new Clout Chaser the ropes. And all Affluencer Wrestling faithful, please welcome your new Clout Chaser.
And his opponent from out of this world, weighing in at 275 pounds.
I give you Irvon Scream Skull. Hailing from the planet of Gorja Jun, the city of Nexuta, coming in here from across the galaxy to chase Clout. Bude is gonna have their work cut out for them tonight. Precious little known about this new Clout Chaser, other than that they come from, as I said, across the galaxy, different planet entirely. And Bude welcoming them, but with boots to the face puts paid to that. And clearly aware that they don't get paid by the minute, going for the pinfall right out of the gate. With a name like Scream Skull, I think that says all you need to know about this new Clout Chaser's mentality in the ring. Bude may well have bitten off more than they can chew with this debut match. And remember, speaking of the Underground division, coming up later on tonight, we do have a #1 contenders match. Kai Hawkeye will be facing Victoria Holland for the right to challenge Stephen Joyce for the Intercontinental Championship. And again, going for that pinfall early on. Only a one though. Bude, very resilient, not going to stay down that easily. And wrenching the back of Irvon. Able to escape though, rolls through. And Bude sends him crashing down and ducks, and there's that back kick. Bude now getting fired up. And what does Bude have in mind? Hip check. Sends Irvon down into the corner, and another crushing him between the ring post. I don't know what sort of combat Irvon is used to, but I don't think it's going to have prepared them for anyone quite like Bude. Chop to the chest. Ties up the leg in the rings, uses that to get the extra leverage. And a punch to that face, but quick counter by Irvon. And Scream Skull launching Bude into the corner. And bouncing them right off of that top turnbuckle. And a hip thrusts. Or shoulder thrust, excuse me, and now it's Bude in trouble, smack in the middle, one, still only a one count though, that resiliency of Bude in a full display. We saw that knee strike end the match for our other Clout Chaser earlier this evening, and now Scream Skull just pummeling that face of Bude on the outside. Rolls out of the way, and exchange of strikes in the middle now. Seems like potentially a bad idea for Boudet. Glutton for punishment that they are, though. I think they're enjoying this. Irvon sent crashing down to the mat as Boudet yelling at them to get back to his feet. Irvon looks stunned, looks dazed. An abdominal stretch and through into a big slam and pinfall attempt by Boudet. 1, 2, and at the nick of time, Scream Skull able to roll their way out. Back to their feet and a quick, disrespectful strike, but Boudet misjudged the distance on that one. Irvon powering up, but that was a mistake, I think, once again into the abdominal stretch, and this is a nasty predicament for Scream Skull. Able, though, to power out. Plants Boudet, and what does Irvon have in mind now? Hoisted up over the shoulders, and good night. And that is 2 for 2 on victories for our debuting Clout Chasers tonight. Welcome to Earth, Irvon Scream Skull. Looking to shake up both the Intercontinental and the $1 Zillion divisions, and they are looking to do exactly that. An excellent showing there, though, by Boudet. They really put Irvon through the paces. Almost had that very, very near fall. The abdominal stretch into the roll-up. This we almost saw Irvon put away here. Look how close the ref's hand was to canvas. But Irvon just able to break through. And here we see the end of Boudet. I am, for one, excited to see what these two do in future. We have plenty more action from our established Clout Chasers coming up tonight, though. Starting up right next, it's trios action, taking full advantage of our division's recalibrations. It is RBFS in full force against Averick, Usher, and Tiff. We'll be right back with that after this.
Captain Turient Guidel, Clout Missioner of All Influencer Wrestling here, and I have a question for you. Do you like robots? Do you like space? Do you like queer romance? How about gay robots in space? Then you should read Emotional Resonance by V.M. Ayala, now available in print for the first time as part of the Best American Science Fiction and Fantasy 2024. See harpercollins.com for details. Suplex the train! Himbo power! Come on. Need to pop more potions. Meteor strike! Oh, I can't suplex. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can suplex a train, but I can't suplex an octopus. And here is our octopus friendo. Can I suplex an octopus? Nope. Can't suplex an octopus, turns out. Too slippery. Can I suplex Ultima Weapon?
I can suplex Ultimate Weapon. Come on. We're so close. Whiffed. Come on, Sabin. Come on. Suplex! Boom! Hippo power! Welcome back. We were supposed to be seeing a trios match, but we're cutting it backstage where these two were supposed to have left the building, but Serenity and Fenris are apparently not yet done with each other. They're tearing strips apart in our backstage loading dock. Fenris got the upper hand of Serenity early again, just like before. This is not a match. These two just want to do this much damage to one another. And it looks like another attempted ambush by Serenity going wrong as Fenris once again has the upper hand on the challenger. Rolls Serenity up onto those storage crates. Counter though by Serenity. And launches Fenris right off. And that is a nasty, that is pure concrete. This is not a ringside area. There is no protection out here. Bouncing off the searchlight. And cracks over the knee. Serenity dealing out a devastating measure of revenge on Fenris, who appears to just be stunned on her feet. And crashes the spine down again onto that just tarmac, that just raw concrete in the backstage loading area. And locks Fenris into trying to get the spider's web locked in, but Fenris punching her way out. And that crunch of shoulder onto wooden crate. And now just trying to choke out the spider. Once again, security nearby, they have no desire to get involved in the middle of these two. They're going to wait until one of them knocks the other out. We'll deal with medical attention afterwards, I guess. And a shovel now right into the ribs of Serenity. And look at that. Just we've seen how Fenris has been brutalizing. And I think that may have knocked Spider clean out. 2 ambush attempts by Serenity. And quite literally getting buried by Fenris. We're going to clear up the wreckage from backstage, and we do still have that trios match coming up next. We'll get this situated, and we'll be right back. Just give us one moment. Right, and we are kicking things right off. We're having to save time skipping entrances after that interruption, but we are back with trios action. It is Usher and Benny kicking things off. We have in the past seen Averick and Tiff take on RBFS. This is the first time that all three of these teams have been in the ring together. And Asha getting it now brutalized by Reinhardt. And look how small the ring looks with all three members of RBFS up on that apron. We've had to reinforce it just to have enough stability for all three to go in there. And a giant splash over the rope. And kick out by Asha at 2, hoisting that 500 pounds of beef right off of her midriff. And very quick rolls through and shoulder tackle. Down goes Reinhardt. And Asha now in control. Lights Reinhardt up with a series of strikes. And time to go and make the tag, and or not. Maybe thinks a little better of it. Decides she's not done with Reinhardt yet. Ducks under and over. And shoulder toss now goes for the tag. And tag partner in Team Chaos Averick. These two used to tagging together. Historically under mixed rules though. It is now the first time these two are able to engage in matches where when one team tags, the other does not immediately have to tag out. Averick trying to get a submission onto Reinhardt, but the sheer size of the RBFS member, too great. He's easily able to make the ropes. Now that is one way to ride a bull. And tag, and now it is Tiff's turn to take to the ring. Again, Tiff and Averick have faced RBFS numerous times before. RBFS usually getting the better of them in those exchanges. Will Asha's presence be the difference maker? And a quick tag by this trio of childhood friends. Of course, there's not enough to overtake the bond of brotherhood. Half brotherhood at least. That unites all members of RBFS. Benny and Federico there just watching on had no doubt that Reinhardt was going to kick out of that, it seems. And again, Averick trying to go for the submission, but Reinhardt able to power out. And Averick is in a dangerous position. There's the tag made. Benny and Reinhardt. And Averick is in an unenviable position. Asha keeping one eye on Benny, but Averick is back up, ready and waiting. And damn it, teleported off there. We don't see that level of speed from the Halfling Paladin very often. Looks like he was trying to break the horn of Benny there. And Plot. Again, that is 500 pounds to Averick with that Divine Fury. And this time, it seems Federico not quite so certain. Tried to get in there to be able to save his brother. And once again, up and plants Benny. I think we may see, and it's Reinhardt this time there to break things up. But if our childhood trio can prevent RBFS from making a tag, although there, Averick getting fired up, knocked his two friends out of the way. He's not thinking properly. This is Averick's problem consistently. He is a hot-headed individual. No, I think it realized the error of the ways there. Lights up Benny in the corner. Still no tag made, though. And it steers him right into the ring post. And up onto the top. And a boot right to the nozzle. And Benny able to make that tag. He didn't need to leap far because of his sheer size. And Averick once again now in trouble. A fresh Federico. Reinhardt, excuse me. Maverick, though, able to use Reinhardt's own momentum against him. Has him in the corner. And it goes for the run-up. And this leg strike right to the face. And Maverick is on fire right now. Divine Fury. I think he missed that, though. Those stubby little halfling legs did not work out well for him in that situation. Being cheered on by Asha and Tiff. But now getting lit up by Reinhardt, who rolls out of the way. Deceptive agility. And once again, up and release slam. And in the nick of time, Reinhardt kicks out. Benny was there to make the save if he needed to. Didn't quite get there in time. And there's the tag made, and Asha now finally back in and legal. And a tag offense by Team Chaos. And they're locking in. Smack in the middle of the ring. But rolls through. Reinhardt not willing to submit. That incredible half-orc strength of Asha. And that puts away. Wrong music there playing, I'm sorry, in the back. We'll fix that later on. Someone's queuing up and predicting the Team Tank main win later on, I think. But what a showing in their inaugural Trios debut for these three orphans hailing from the nation of Iman. Well, we will move right on. We'll get the music swapped out. I'm very sorry about that. We'll fix it in post. But next up, number one contenders action. Hi Hawkeye, the Archangel, versus Victoria Holland. The winner will get to challenge Stephen Joyce next week for the Intercontinental title. We'll be right back with that after these short messages. We return, and once again, seemingly launching right into it, is Victoria and Hawkeye. Setting up, and again, number one contenders match. And both sizing each other up. And remember, knockout or tap out in underground rules. And a release, over goes Hawkeye, and it is Victoria Holland dominant right now. The AI Dub faithful who paid for the premiere tickets right there at ringside, getting the closest view possible as Holland stomps a hole into the prone Archangel. And submission locked in deep, but Hawkeye able to wriggle free. Counters through. And he tried to send Victoria Holland plummeting, but look at the panic in Hawkeye's face when he realized this is not somebody you can easily do that to, and he goes bouncing off the ring post for his troubles. Holland flying solo. Now her tag partner in the Authority, Amber Warren, has taken a hiatus. but showing that she still belongs at the top of whatever division she is in, whether it be tag or singles. Ref, get out of the way. We don't want to look at your arse. And giant powerbomb. Down goes Hawkeye, middle of the ring. And he tried to run at Holland, who just sent the Archangel flying. Trying to return him to the heavens from whence he fell. And leg drop right across the throat. Holland is fired up. She is feeling the crowd right now. Elbow strike followed by a boot by Hawkeye, though. Turns the tables. Now it is Hawkeye standing tall as he sizes up Holland. And another boot sends Holland smashed down to the floor. And leglock locked in, but the powerful thighs of Holland send Hawkeye just flying across the ring. And look at the athleticism there by Victoria Holland. Kiss the fist and then drive it straight into the face of Hawkeye, who looks like he has been busted open. Then with the athleticism of his own, wriggles free and rolls through, plants Victoria, and it's Hawkeye's turn now to get fired up. Missed that stomp. Victoria fights back. And not letting go. Hook suplex into a hook suplex. And the third lands. And just a quick stomp onto the fingers for good measure. And what does Victoria have in mind now? I think we're going to see that vicious power slam once again. And we do. Running power slam. In a normal match type, this would be a great time to go for the pinfall, but you have to get that KO or submission. A 3 count does not apply with underground rules. And look at the way Victoria's body just wrapped around. A little bit of a small victory lap there by Hawkeye. She went fully wrapped around that ring post. That was vicious. Human bodies are not meant to bend like that. Hawkeye knocked himself a little bit off balance with that kick, but it's Victoria who goes down. Hawkeye looks a little stunned, out of breath. As Victoria, yeah, he is barely conscious. Look at the blood streaming down his face, but sized up Holland, and went for another running big boot. And we have seen those steel steps get a lot of use tonight, and that plays true once again. Sends Hulk breathing into the ref, and that was the ref calling. I think the ref just called for the DQ on that, as Hawkeye hurled Victoria Holland straight into him. We'll wait to see what the actual call here has been. I'm waiting to see if that was a KO for Victoria Holland or if that was a DQ because of being thrown into the ref. No, that is indeed. That is Hawkeye's music going. That was indeed, no, that was the KO. Apparently, the ref was sturdy enough to send Victoria Holland down. I guess there was a little bit of confusion there as their heads collided. You can see exactly there. Look at how stunned the ref is. Waved it off, but it was indeed a victory called for Hawkeye. And with that, we have determined Stephen Joyce's opponent for next week. It will be Hawkeye versus Stephen for the Intercontinental Championship. Next up, though, more tag action as Mithran Pride face off against Team Tankmane. We'll be right back after this.
Luz tried everything to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. Hammers, axes, magic, saws, more magic, fire, even more magic, and magic explosions. Still, the door refused her. Why? After all this time and effort, why wouldn't the damn thing open? Sure, it was an enchanted door that would open the path to a potentially catastrophic amount of magic pouring back into the universe, causing endless natural disasters that would drown or bury most cities from existence. But there was an equally high chance that wouldn't happen, and that the magic had been sealed away by ignorant fools for nothing. She had to believe there was a reason why she could tap into a sliver of the magic locked behind the door. That this was it, her singular life purpose. Open the door, restore its magic back to everyone like it used to be in the stories, where anyone could use magic, for good or bad. That had to be it, right? That had to be why she was standing here, in the door's pocket dimension, on a small plot of Earth, large enough for only one person to stand in front of it, swearing at this void black door with iridescent veins flowing along its surface like water, living, taunting her to just open it already. So why was it so hard to swing the damn thing wide? Somehow, she had shoved the door apart just a crack ages ago. A thin, wispy line of light seeped out of a seam down the centre. Whenever she used teleportation magic, as she had decided to call it since she didn't know the correct term and hadn't seen others use it before, probably because it was dangerous and required sliding through space and time, but who was counting? She tapped into a sliver of warmth and power to travel wherever she wished. She'd managed that slight opening unthinking as a child, then never again. What was she doing wrong now? Worse, what if she wasn't doing anything wrong? What if this door wasn't meant to open for her after all? What else could there be for her but this? After everything, after all that searching, what else could there be?
This has been an extract from The Void Door by V.M. Ayala. To read the full story, please visit beneath-ceaseless-skies.com and search for issue 378. And thank you for watching Masterpiece Theatre.
Welcome back, tag action, and it's a Mithran Pride out first.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, Carrie and Kay, the Spitfire Warriors.
Made their return last week. Didn't have the greatest experience. Keitara doing a lot of the lifting. Hopefully we'll see a bit of a better showing for Kiri this week. But Mithra and Pride have a difficult road ahead of them, facing off against Team Tankmane.
And their opponents, the Captain and
Chris Kineas and Battlestar Galactica making their way down to the ring. Just a form of destruction and chaos in the ring, bringing that Tankmane mentality to every one of their matches. Strategy is not their strong suit, and that is where Team Mithra and Pride will need to shine to get a victory here tonight. And it looks like it is going to be Kay and Val starting things off. And Kay gets the better of that initial exchange. Very quick tag. Kiri now the legal competitor. And rolls through, snaps through the neck of Val. And liquid wrestling here by Mithra and Pride. They are off to a grand start. And sends Val back into their team's corner. Another quick tag. An Irish whip into the knees of the waiting Keitara. Val, though, rolls through, immediately goes for the quick roll-up, and ended by a rope break. Drop kick, and now it's Kay down and in trouble, and now it's Val's turn to go for the quick tag, and it's Kineas, now the legal competitor. Takes an elbow strike by Kay and gets standing sling blade for his trouble. And now running clothesline though, as the Pirate takes down Keitara. Hurls into the corner and tag made. Tankmane also showing that excellent unity. As Kay gets hung out and an axe handle to the spine by Battlestar. Stopping to flex. Streamers always playing to the audience. And tag once again. We are seeing rapid tags by both of these teams. Good strategy on play. And ref gets in the way there, saves Keitara from being hurled into the ring ropes. Into the corner instead. And a clubbing blow to the back. And shoulder first, again, right into... We see those ring posts get a lot of use tonight. Quick counter though, legs up just in time. And sweep the leg. Kineas went flying on that counter. Whip into his opponent's team's corner, and there's the tag made. Up. And head scissors down into a powerbomb by Kay. And it rolls through. Leg lock in deep in the middle of the ring. Can Kineas break free? Yes, he can. Looks like he took a moment there to show off and do a push-up in the middle of the ring. Did seem he paid a little bit of attention to that knee, though. I think he may have tweaked something whilst in that hold. Good leg stomping down, and Val now the legal competitor. Although rolls through, and Kiri one-handed hoists Battlestar up. Very impressive show of core strength there. And Val's turn in the opponent's team corner. Tag made once again. Keitara now legal. As Val gets positioned right up on top of the turnbuckle. And this is going to be painful as crashes down. Kay yelling at Battlestar to get back to their feet. And a flying rope-assisted clothesline, and Battlestar is down, sprawled out, just full yamcha-ing in the ring there. Up over the shoulders, release into a big back kick. Val crawling to make the tag. Keitara intercepts, though, not allowing Battlestar to get Kaneas tagged in. Irish whip, though, and a quick snap kick, and it's Battlestar now. Was in a dominant position. Kay rolls through and head scissors takedown. Val now once again sprawled out. And we see again both teams making these quick tags. Next snap into spine and an ankle stomp, just assaulting all parts of Battlestar. As Kiri takes a moment to play to the crowd, that may have been a mistake. Let Battlestar get the tag as Kaneas fires up as he gets in, but taken down by Kiri. Kiri turning her attention to Battlestar, who was still trying to get out of the ring. That may have been a mistake. Gave Kaneas a moment to recover, and that's the moment he needed desperately. Face plants Kiri. And he's getting into position. And the harpoon is hit. Keitara got a little nervous at the end there. Wouldn't have made it in time. But Kiri able to kick out of the harpoon at only a 2. Back elbow strike. Goes up to the top. Yelling for Kiri to get to her feet right in front of Kay. Kay tried to intercept there, but Kaneas just shrugged it off. That is the tank main way. Tries to get the right run up. Bounced off the ropes, I think. Again, though, we saw him crumble at the end there. I think tweaking that potentially injured knee from earlier. Goes for the same maneuver again. And countered, I think, that time by Kiri. Tag made. And now it's Kaneas' turn to go flying. Crushes down to the mat. And a beautiful, beautiful moonsault there by Keitara. And leg sweep and corkscrew dive. Keitara showing off impressive athleticism this deep into the match. But there again, it's once again those same steel steps. They are putting a shift in tonight. Reverse DDT, down goes Kay. Though 8 count. Got to get back into the ring. And barely beating the ref's count there. Both competitors though back in. Neck breaker by Kaneas. Wound up a big clothesline. Was slowly making his way, I think, to tag in Battlestar. Realized Kiri got the tag first, and armbar locked in. Armbar locked in, and there's Battlestar with the save. Kaneas is in pain. Look at the way he's grabbing at that now torn arm. Missile dropkick off the top. And there's that mistake once again made by Kiri. She's playing to the crowd and gave Kaneas a moment to launch himself over and tag in Battlestar. Battlestar hooks those legs in deep, and Kay, really worried, goes for the pinfall breakup immediately. Stiletto boots knocked through both members of Tank Main, rolling to the outside. Shoulder check took Menace out. I think that may have been the strategy to some extent. Goes for the pinfall on Val. Menace there to break it up. Tag made once again. Battlestar in trouble. And gets launched right into the corner. A back and forth match. It is very difficult to call it at this point between both of these teams. Counter though into a DDT by Battlestar. Excellent maneuvering. And stomping an absolute hole into the chest of Keitara. And up and slams down. And here comes, there's the tag made. Menace now the legal competitor. Smashes down with the good knee onto the face of Kay. And now it's springboard, missile kick. Down goes Kay and rolls through for the pin. This could be it. 1, no, 2.5. Interestingly, Kiri seemed to have no concern, no attempt to come in for the breakup. DDT, down goes Kay, and is Menace going to go for the tag? I thought he may have been, but nope. Decides he is not done yet. Now it's tag, it's double team time. Holds Kay in position. As a big gut stomp and headbutt. A little bit of an assist there by Menace, but gave Kay maybe a miscalculation. Kay took that moment to counter, and now looks like she's limping a little bit, but making her way over to tag in Kiri. And a big boot by Val. And tag made Menace legal, Kiri legal. Stiletto to the gut. I'm not entirely certain what Kiri was trying to grab there. I don't think it worked though, as he's got the choke locked in, and there's Kay. And Kay knocked the ref out. My God, Kiri just tapped, but Kay took the ref out. Kiri tapped, but the ref is down. Keitara laying the ref out cold. It is Tank Main's to win, but there is nobody to call the match. Ref back on her feet. And Kiri now snaps the arm. Yeah, the ref, I hope by now has recovered. We at least will have somebody. We saw the visual tap. But the ref did not see it. Ref was down. Without the official to call it, the match rolls on. Bulldog by Kiri launched down Val, and there's a... No, I thought it was going for the tag. Kiri going up to the top ropes. And a giant 450 splash off the top. Val laid out in the middle of the ring, but Menace is right there to break it up. Tags it back out to Kiri as Val finally starts to stir. Val desperately needs to get a tag made. Punch to the gut. Goes through right for the roll-up, but easy position for the rope break. Desperation move there by Battlestar. Menace now legal. And we've seen that Menace tap out Kiri once already. Can he go for it again? Counter upon counter upon counter. hip toss by Kiri sends Kanias down, rolls to the outside to recover. Turnbuckle assisted, and he's gone to the mid rope. And splash off the mid rope. Boots to the spine to get her into position. And excellent strategy there. Saw Kiri was going to roll to the outside, and Kanias is right there waiting for her. Works over the knee. And now once again going for the arm. Can't submit on the outside though. Okay, ref's count is getting low. Kanias makes it back in. And, you know, I would normally disrespect a count-out victory, but fair is fair given the nefarious tactics employed by Mithra and Pride earlier. And it is Tank Main with the victory. A solid back and forth between these two teams. All brutalized. We saw both Kanias and Val fall to multiple, and then we're going to see it right here. The double team offense of Mithra and Pride was on full display here tonight. And there again, just showcasing the double team, and we saw here almost the match end. Kiri ate the full force of the harpoon by Kanias. Wasn't enough to put the match away though. Not a lot of folks kick out of that one, so impressive resilience. And there's that leg sweep by Kay. And a corkscrew dive. Wonderful agility on display by Keitara throughout the match. But in the end, it is Team Tank Main who comes away with the victory. Another win chalked up for Tank Main, which surely at some point is going to put them on an interesting collision course with their friends, Candied Ginger. But nonetheless, for tonight, we have one last match to go, and it's going to be an interesting clash. We saw the return of Phantom last week. What will Van Hessel have to say about that? We'll find out up next. And here is Gabriel Van Hessel awaiting. And interesting, Phantom assaulting the golden ticket and out here to brawl. These two now fully locking up. And a brawl is breaking out. Phantom's seemingly out to show he doesn't care who he has to run through. It was originally, I think, going to be Van Hessel calling out the golden ticket for the sin of greed. But Phantom said, no, you're facing me. Phantom is the manifestation of the darkness that Gabriel has been trying to extinguish. Not just from within All Influencer Wrestling with his targeting of our supernatural chasers, but arguably within himself. Just dumped out of the ring. And look at the change in Phantom since we saw him at the end of last season. He is bulked up. He is more intense, more determined, more possessed than we have ever seen him before. Demonic punishment being unleashed upon the witch hunter. And slowly manipulating the finger joints. The crowd yelling for Phantom to break his finger. Gabriel Van Hessel has been a shadow over the division this whole season. But look at the way I just picked up by the face and sent straight to hell. We are far from done with these two, I am certain. We're going to pick up what is left of Van Hessel. That is all we have for you here tonight. But we know next week we're going to have our main event set, an underground match, Kai Hawkeye versus Stephen Joyce for the Intercontinental title. Many more matches yet to come next week as well. We'll get those announced in due time, but until then, I have been your Clout Missioner, Captain Tyriet Guidal, and remember to stay #out for Clout.